the church is dealing with, people not showing up as much.
Mm-hmm.
Certain churches are exciting. Others are very funeral dirge like, where it's just like, the Catholic stenics as they do up, down, that kind of stuff, just kind of very one note. Well, there's this church over in the UK that actually once a month they have a wrestling show, and that's also their sermon. So like their version of The Rock will come out and read a gospel verse and do he'll cut a promo on whatever bad guy, whatever sin he may be wrestling that day. And he's able to then vanquish it through wrestling.
Is that what we think we're seeing here? He's vanquishing a sin? Is that what's happening?
Well, that's part of it. Yeah, they just want to get more
sin.
Yeah, a little long-haired sin. Greed. Some people are bald. We'll get to that later on in the program. Mm-hmm. This person's having all the hair. So so they use it as a means to spread the word via wrestling matches.
Okay.
And so it's interesting. They do it once a month. People are coming out more and more. They have female wrestlers as well. And it's interesting in the fact that trying to figure out who is playing the bad guy in these matches. If you're going to church that Sunday, you're like, oh man, I got stuck being the devil again. Come on, can't I make a face turn? Can't the devil be the good guy from time to time?
Right. I kind of want to go to this church now.
And I don't know. I'm assuming that the bad guys cheat a lot. I don't know for certain, but I don't know if Jesus uses sacramental the wine or whatever and smashes him over the head or anything like that. I don't think they go that far. I don't think
pulls a nail out of his own hand and gets him right in the neck. That'd be awesome.
I think I don't think there's a crucifixion match at all anywhere, or like on Palm Sunday. And then, next week, 3 Sundays later, he rises from the dead and be like, I'm coming at you, brother. And pulls off the crown of thorns and starts just beating the hell out of him with it and just starts pounding the other guy. I think they should do that, actually.
I think so, too. He's got to come into the ring riding a donkey.
Yeah, he has to.
James Brown is singing "Living in Judea." Living in Judea. Living in Judea.
I think we're onto something. I think the palms should be used instead of a kendo stick. They just kind of whap them with the palms and everything else.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with this.
No, there's nothing wrong with it at all. So I kind of want to go to that church. Maybe we'll reach out and we can get one of their wrestlers on the show with us to kind of talk how it came about and how packed the pews get when the wrestling ring rolls in.
You kind of want to know what Jesus's trash talk is like, right?
I kind of want to know what Jesus' finishing move is. Is what I really want to know. Is it the ascension? Like that's his finishing move? Like picks you up and then throws you down? Or is it, the 4 horsemen? Or is it one of those?
And like with any professional wrestling, you kind of know what the outcome's going to be. You sort of know who's going to win this thing, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think in this case, it's probably safe to say Jesus always wins. It would be a real. I don't know, man. You think so?
Around Easter time, Jesus doesn't do a lot of winning.
Okay, for about 3 days he loses.
Exactly. There's 40 days where we feel bad about ourselves that Jesus. So yeah.
Oh, there's got to be a match with Judas, right?
Oh, there has to be.
That would be amazing.
I want to see that promo. I want to see the shot of the Last Supper. And and Jesus getting taken out, and he just turns to Judas and just I will see you in 3 weeks at Resurrection, the pay-per-view this Sunday.
Pontius Pilate, gets in there. He runs around like a chicken. He's all afraid.
Yeah. He's got to be like the commissioner, right?
Yeah.
He's got to be the commissioner. So I think here's the thing, Judas. On that time, if you're listening, whatever the church is, I can't remember. If you're listening and you're downloading this, here's what needs to happen. If you have championship belts that are gold, Judas needs to win all of them before Easter. And then Jesus needs to come and win the title back on Easter Sunday.
Oh, boom. Yeah. What's wrong with this? Is perfect.
Everybody
goes
home happy.
Across.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And just talking about it makes me want to go to church more.
They could do
talking about that.
what is that? The disco, the Jesus Christ Superstar thing. They could do if they could do that and tell the story. They could do this and tell the story, right?
Correct. There's so many great stories. There's
Right.
so many great stories you could do. You do David versus Goliath as a wrestling match.
Right.
That pretty much Cain versus Abel.
Cain and Abel.
It all writes itself.